I am.
Oh man. Let's see, should be setting up. There it is. I think we good here now. All righty. So yeah, guys, we are back. Hey, what's up, guys? How y'all doing, man?
We on and popping?
We is on and popping. Hey man, welcome y'all on a special Monday edition of Toxic and Fertile podcast. We are live on a Monday. None of us could have made it yesterday. I was out being disappointed by my Cowboys.
And I was getting over a nice little, hangover. But
yeah, man, it was a rough day for me yesterday. I ain't gonna lie, boy. I went out and shit.
But I watched the game though.
And I was just complying with the match.
You was complying with what? You said you was complying with what?
Delay.
I was complying with the masses.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, man. So, so that's why we missed y'all on fucking yesterday. But we are back. Hey man, we can't leave y'all hanging. You know what I'm saying? So we give y'all a special Monday edition of this thing. So we are back. It's your boy right here, Scooter Maxwell from the 901 Memphis, Tennessee. You already know what it is. Orange Mountain representing East Memphis vet in this bitch. Yes, sir.
And y'all already know who it is. It's your boy, Mr. Simple Man. We are back with your favorite motherfucking podcast, Toxic and Fertile Podcast. You hear me?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And it's your girl, Sasha Bugs from the Boogie Down Bronx in New York. If you ain't know, now you know. BX in the house. Hey, y'all. I missed you guys.
Did too, man.
Yeah.
Sasha was just here in Atlanta, man. Sasha got a chance to hang out. This shit, y'all.
He sure did. I'm moving to Atlanta, y'all.
No, it's full.
Hey.
It's full.
He said it's full.
I am.
No more people here in Atlanta.
I am moving. Fuck what you
traffic
heard.
is too bad.
Look, I calculated how much money I'm making or how much money I'm spending in my rent for my little 2x2 in New York, and so what the fuck I can get in Atlanta for the same price. I was like, oh hell no, I'm moving to Atlanta.
See, y'all the reason why Atlanta prices are the way it is now. All right, y'all done raised that shit up because y'all keep moving here.
Up top is single-handedly responsible for all the inflation.
Oh my God, y'all killing us, man. God damn, man. Stay away, stay up there. Hell, you don't hear
it's
us
like
talk
that
about
in North
moving up
Carolina too. Same shit, bro.
everywhere in the South.
They call Cary Little New York, where I'm at.
Yeah, man. But anyway, y'all, let's go ahead and jump into this thing.
Wait, not for nothing.
Oh,
my bad.
Go ahead. Not for nothing. What?
New York is really in Atlanta because we got a whole Bronx Day in Atlanta. Have you been to Bronx Day in Atlanta, Scooter?
No, I didn't know that was a thing.
Me neither.
It is
probably only New Yorkers know about it.
Exactly.
No. Google that shit. Google it. It is literally like a whole block party, block off, big ass space. Bronx Day, all the Bronx people in Atlanta come together. It is a big deal. Concerts, performing artists are there. It's a vibe. So maybe you should check out Bronx Day this year.
I mean, everybody got their day here in Atlanta. Man, there's a whole Memphis.
Whatever. Don't try to minimize it. Don't try to minimize it.
Just letting you know, it ain't.
Don't try to minimize it.
She said, "Don't be minimizing that shit."
Right.
So I'm just saying, it ain't nothing just super special. That's all I'm gonna say.
Anyway, what's our topic today? Since you being a hater today, Scooter.
Yeah, I'm real hate shit today. Fuck that. I'm like all on my I'm hurt right now, so everybody else go feel this hurt too type shit. You know what I'm saying?
That's a topic within itself.
Say that. Totally off on what we got.
Instead of how people be dropping lines, be like bar. Topic. That's the topic.
Right
that's
there.
One of them ones. Go ahead. Let's stop it. Let's pop it like that.
Tell me about a time either you or somebody else that you know or that you've been involved with was hurt and then just made your situation worse. Or you've been the person hurt and just made the other people's situation worse. You're like, nah, fuck that. If I ain't happy, nobody happy in this motherfucker.
You be sabotaging other people's shit?
Something like that. You can be. I'm asking. Was there a time that somebody sabotaged you? You be like, yo, you only doing this shit because you upset. You don't gotta fuck up my shit because you upset. I mean, it happens to everybody. Whether it's a little fling and you kind of cut it off.
I'm a simplify, but go ahead. I got the perfect answer for this shit.
Like a little fling.
I think the only thing I could share with that is. Yeah, probably the one time that y'all outed me for saying I was being a bad side chick. That was probably the closest thing that I came to
That was
That
terrible.
was probably like,
Yes, when you was in the Bahamas, yes. So wherever you was in the islands, yes, that was terrible. That was terrible. Terrible. Terrible.
mean,
That's fucking funny.
that was probably
Yeah,
that
that's
was probably the
horrendous.
only time. But like, nah, generally I'm not a hater. Like if something just doesn't work out, it don't work out. And luckily I've been with people who are also not like hating asses like that they want to rain on my parade. It's just like, you take the L. So I don't really think I really have a time where I was just like where misery loves company type stuff.
I ain't gonna lie, man. I definitely had me a weak ass nigga moment. Be honest, because it's a weak ass nigga emotion. I'm gonna be honest with you. I definitely had me a weak ass nigga emotion. Look, we are here to be honest. All right, I can talk about my goddamn self sometimes. All right, so I was dealing with this one chick one time. I ain't gonna lie, man. Once again, in my simp days and shit like that, man. And I thought it was just like me and her. She was just like doing all the shit. I was like, man, I really like this chick. Found out she was fucking with somebody else I knew, man. And I was like, damn, but me and him didn't know. I was like, damn, she was really pimping us. We didn't know. It just came randomly to a head. Somebody said something to me. Yeah, she over. She over. Somebody, a mutual friend of us two came to us like, I think both of y'all fucking with the same chick, dog. I was like, what? So they came to me first, though. They came to me first about it. And then first, I was like, you know what? I ain't gonna say nothing. You know what I'm saying? She won, blah, 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 blah. And then the nigga was like, nah, fuck that. That bitch can't just be jumping back and forth. Blah, blah. I'm like, you know what? I'm hurt. Fuck her. Fuck, she thought this shit was gonna be. Hey, yo. You fuck with this chick named, what you call? Yeah, man. Yeah. What about her? What's up? I've been fucking with that bitch for like a year or two. What? And then we started
messing with the same girl.
Yeah, man. And once again, it's a weak ass nigga moment. I know. It's a weak ass nigga moment. Sometimes niggas have those. Sometimes. All right. I can admit mine. I fucked up. But we start putting the timelines together. I was like, hold on.
So what happened? So after I want to know.
Oh yeah, I'll finish it. Yeah. So I put the timelines together. I'm like, so the night that like me and her went here and I made her mad, she told me that she was blah, blah, blah. He was like, yeah, she did randomly call me one night, was like, yo, I'm upset, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to come over there, da, 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 da. I was like, did she tell you what the fuck you with? Nah, she just tell me she was out with her homegirl type shit. Nah, the bitch was with me.
Yo.
Oh, that shit went left. He was like, nah, I can't fuck with this bitch no more because she know we know each other. I said, oh, that bitch was getting off. I ain't gonna lie. Oh, she was on some shit. Hey, look, I clap it up for her, but you got caught, baby girl. And I was on some weak ass nigga shit. Oh, now, here goes the other end. I knew when the moment she found out that he said something other. At first, he was trying to play it cool too. He was like, I ain't worried about that bitch. You know what I'm saying? I got other bitches in the stable. I ain't worried about that shit, blah, blah, blah. But it was his girl first. All right, so that's the thing. It was his girl first that he was consistently fucking with, and I just ended up fucking with her later. I didn't know that shit at the time and shit. So my phone started blowing up from her and shit like that. I was like, oh, shit. She don't know. Found out. I was like, you know what? I ain't going to answer that shit. Better yet, what I'm going to do, I'm going to play the voicemail, too. I'm gonna play the voicemail right fast.
Wait, I still have it?
I still got it saved.
This man
like
that
is some bitch nigga shit.
Hey man, it was so funny, man. And
this nigga got receipts. Oh my god,
it's for content. This is for content, okay?
How long? Nigga, that's too long ago. This was before the podcast.
This was like 4 years ago. I've been having this same phone forever, so. This is about 3-4 years ago. I just got it still in my phone. I just still had it in my phone. You know what I'm saying? It's funny, so I ain't
was hurt. Nigga, you was hurt.
Tell me you a salty nigga without telling me you was a salty nigga.
I was a salty nigga. What that is. I was a salty nigga. I can admit. But look, I ain't listened to it at first, right? I sent it to one of my niggas, right? Bruh, he called me back crying, laughing, like, bruh, are you in a gang war? I said, what the fuck you talking about? He said, bruh, this bitch called you, threatening up some crazy shit, right?
But the fact that you still got it, my boy.
When she see you, she gonna get you out. Oh my God. So yeah, that's my story, man. Y'all talk till I find this shit. When I find it, I'm gonna interrupt y'all.
Well, I'm
London, you next, boo.
I ain't keeping no receipts like that. So I got
Who's a weak ass nigga moment. I ain't gonna lie.
I have old phones and you know what I'm talking about, but I don't even know what's in them to be real. But all right, yes, I got a couple, I guess both from both sides of it. But I think even more simplistic on that toxic is toxic. When women be on their period and they be trying to bring you down with their ass, like in their little mood moment, whatever little shit they going through.
Oh, found it.
This nigga.
All right, let me come up on. Oh my God, she don't say her name in this. I ain't worried about it. All right, here we go, y'all. I'm able to call. Stop calling me. Hold on. Here you go. All right, fuck. There you go. All right.
All I can say is this right here, and that's on blood. You got me fucked up. That's all I'm gonna say. You can take it how the fuck you gonna take this shit, but you got me fucked up. Toodles.
Oh, that's the one you kept. This right here. I can't take it. She said this on blood.
She's mad. She got caught.
Yeah, that's on blood. Hold on, that's on blood. Okay,
that's on blood. I said, oh shit, my boy called me like, bro, you in the gang war? What kind of shit is this? Like, bro,
but yeah,
right.
yeah, I think on a monthly basis, you got women out here that be on this toxic ass shit where they like in they little moods, they period got them feeling whatever type of way, the hormones, whatever the case may be, and they want to make you mad, pick fights with you. You ain't done shit. Or if you did something, it happened so long ago, you're like, man, why you bringing that shit back up? Motherfucker, you gonna be in a bad mood because I'm cramping, and you know what I'm saying, this shit. So I think that shit happens on a, you know what I'm saying, on a damn monthly basis in some households. My household used to be one of those, but yeah.
Wait, I have a question, London. Since you just brought that up on the monthly basis thing, this is kind of on a tangent. Have y'all ever picked a fight just to have makeup sex?
I have before, but I have before, but I'm fully against it now. I don't even like makeup sex now, unless it's like actual makeup sex. A lot of times that's what. So all right, story time, right?
All right.
So for the most part, like, yep. So for me, the time that I did pick a fight, so I used to like. So me, I was petty as hell. I'm always trying to figure out how I can make you give better effort. Put it that way, you know what I'm talking about. So you deal with toxic women, and I was a toxic nigga. I might still be a toxic nigga, but I was a toxic nigga. I was a toxic nigga, and like, you know what I'm saying, you certain shit, man, you can poke the bear, you know what I'm saying, whatever the case may be. Shit, when the sex happens, it's gonna be lit. Because you know what I'm saying, motherfuckers still be wanting to fuck, even though they had their little moves and whatever the case may be. It don't be it don't be shit big enough to, you know, cause us to like go to our separate rooms type shit. Not that's just, you know what I'm saying, that it's just not the exact thing, but you get what I mean. So like story time. So like me when I did pick a fight, right? So I did some shit on some like I knew she used to always get mad at me talking about how much she shopped. You feel me? Like it was just like a thing of her. She was like, nigga, you ain't paying for it. Yada, yada. But she was used to always be like, well, shit, you need to help me save, or you need to stop me from shopping so much and this and that. Like, she had like a real problem, like a lot of y'all motherfuckers got. But so she used to be like, man, we ain't gotta go there yet. But so like she was like, but she was asking me, so you can't ask me this. Cause I'm petty as a motherfucker. So I'm gonna hide your card. I'm you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna hide your card. I'm gonna put your purse in my car, go to work. You know what I'm talking about? Damn, I think like I do shit like
this nigga here is wildin'. What? So you took her purse and went to work.
Yes, bro. So
mine don't sound as bad anymore. Mine don't sound as bad.
But I was doing that shit and be like, man, you asked me to help you, man, whatever. And then I fuck with her, and then I'd be like, man, fuck that. You want some pussy? Hey, you know what I'm saying? You want to fuck? You know what I'm talking about? And she'd be like, you know, no. And of course, we would get to it. And that would be like, it'd be like quick ass makeup sex. I know you did this shit on purpose. Nah, bro, I ain't do this shit on purpose, but you did ask me to help you, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm talking about plenty of this type of shit. I'll block a shopping website on her phone. She wouldn't even know like what the she was like,
Oh shit.
Yo, you was on some shit. Fuck that. My shit don't sound that bad anymore. I don't give a damn.
Bruh, so like I was doing that shit though, so I was helping her at the same time. I knew this was pissing her off, so it was making the sex fatter as a motherfucker. She was like, "Oh, I can't stand it," but she was just like, but still, the sex was still happening. You know what I'm saying? It ain't, like I said, it wasn't big enough to like us not to fuck, but it was moves and little piss off moments and all that shit. And I used to do that shit on a continuous basis. But one time, so this the kicker. One time she got pulled over. Because I had a fucking wallet.
Oh.
Yo.
So she ain't had no license and didn't know. She's like, officer, I'm so serious. I'm not trying to play you. Let me call my boyfriend.
Yo, you was wildin', nigga.
I wasn't even her dude at the time, but we was rocking. She was like, let me call my boyfriend. So she called me and I'm like, yo, you really pulled over? I'm pulling up. She was hot. That's why I told
she got the right
motherfucker. That's why I told your motherfucker stop playing with my purse, stop playing with my wallets and shit.
I'm surprised she knock your ass out.
Nah, we weren't on that type of time. But she was mad at the motherfucker though. She was mad as hell. So officer, I get there with her license. I said, officer, she just left it at the house, man. She's like, she couldn't find it and she just needed to run to the store. I'm like, don't say shit, you know what I'm saying? So got our story straight. But that shit was crazy. But that point forward, I was like, man, it must be, I shouldn't be doing this shit anyway, but I need to not do this shit. But then also like makeup sex, when you get into like heated ass arguments and heated ass shit, like that sex be like a band-aid. Should be a placeholder. Yo ass wake up mad. My motherfucker gonna fuck me and suck me all good and shit, knowing goddamn well I'm still mad at her motherfucking ass. Like, you know what I'm like, go fucking goddamn suck my soul out and you still mad at me. Won't make me no goddamn sandwich to go to work.
Oh, shit.
Along those lines, I did have an ex that she pissed me off one time, and I went over her house over there. We had sex, and I was choking the shit out of her, but not for pleasure.
Oh God!
And she afterwards, she was like, "What got into you?" In my head, I'm like, bitch, I'm mad at you.
Petty, bro. Me, I've done the same shit. One position, you know, when you fucking in one position, just be whamming her head.
Nigga,
I'm like, they turn around at me.
Motherfucker, I'm not doing this for your pleasure. Right.
This
I ain't doing
me.
this for your pleasure.
I did smack the shit out of my ex one time because I was not like in the like took it back. I was on top, but it was feeling really good. Like it didn't even register to me like how much of my body I put into this backhand. But like I'm on
You
top.
backhand him, not even front of you.
Knuckles, my nigga. Knuckles.
She said she backhand the nigga doing shit.
Knuckles, oh my
Like,
God. Oh yeah. If a motherfucker ever backhand
like,
me, that is the end of the sex.
And the crazy thing is, like, as it happened, like he stopped and he grabbed me, like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But like, I didn't even.
Yeah. Exactly.
Did you expect anything different?
I didn't mean to.
It was like my dick is. You ain't gonna be backhanding me now.
It was like a combination of like passion and anger all wrapped up in one that I didn't know what to do, and it just felt like the right thing to do at the moment. It just felt like the right thing to do in the moment. Definitely caught his ass off guard. He was like, "Wait a minute." Good time. You know, crazy thing is, none of these shits was even the topic for today.
Not at all. We had I remember the chick slapped me the first time I ever got slapped. First and only time I ever got slapped through sex. I threw that motherfucker off me so fast. She fell off the bed. I was mad as a motherfucker. I said, "You the fuck you slapped me for?" Slap the shit out my ass. Fuck you do that for?
Sometimes you do like that. Sometimes you do like that.
So Sasha, was yours during makeup sex?
Yes.
Did you slap him?
Yeah. Like we were arguing. Like this was like the first time we was having sex after the argument, right? So like I'm on top and like I literally was like, I think I was about to come or like in the process of coming. And like I literally just like took my hand back and was just like respect the shit out of him.
Wow. I don't know what I'd do if a motherfucker backhand me, bro.
Bro, when I got slapped, I threw this little motherfucker off me so fast.
Yeah. Afterwards, he was like, "Don't ever do no shit like that ever again."
Fuck you talking about?
Fuck you talking about? This shit hurt.
You got the slide because y'all was having sex. That's the only reason you got the pass. Slide. That's the only reason. Like,
yeah.
He and of course, like you said, caught him off guard. Like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah.
He literally turned red. He was just like, the fuck? Like, the look in his face was like, he did not enjoy it. It was not a pleasurable moment for him. Like, I could absolutely tell it was not a pleasurable moment for him.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever, I ain't never been slapped.
So are y'all into BDSM? I'm not into that shit, but are y'all into it? You are?
I like levels of it. Like,
tell us about it, because I'm not into that shit.
So
I'm into it, but I ain't never got it done. I've been tied up and blindfolded, but that's about as far as I go. But I've done quite a few times.
My current partner has been experimenting with like my pain threshold. Mm-hmm. So like pain has been like the newest thing. It's like, how much pain can I tolerate? And I didn't realize how pleasurable pain could be when done correctly. Mm-hmm. He's also into like rope play. So like I didn't know that this thing is like really like an art form where it can look like I have like a whole fucking outfit on. Yeah.
Bondage.
So like, bondage. Yeah, bondage. There's like a club that I'm aware of that does like this type of stuff. So like I'm planning for him and I to go check out this club. That it's like a BDSM club.
Yo, New York is wild. What?
New York got
this club actually is not in New York. This club is in DC. And don't ask me why I know about the club in DC, but I know about the club in DC. It's a whole
DC so small, bro. DC so small, but DC got because of the politicians, bro. That's the shit. That's the type of shit they be on.
There's a lot of shit out there. Been things to come in the future like nipple clamps and plugs and that type of stuff. But but I think there's different levels to it, y'all. So he's more into like pleasure BDSM. So think like 50 Shades of Grey. It's more like pleasurable and not just whips and chains type shit. Like whips and chains can be involved, but it doesn't always have to be on some like sadist massacre type shit. It's like it can be pleasurable and all that. Because after all of the rough housing happens, it's usually very sensual afterwards, which people don't realize that there's a lot of self-care that goes into BDSM afterwards. So it's definitely a place that I'm exploring these days. And it's fun. I enjoy it. Definitely different. It's different. Lots of safe words.
SLS.com. My bad. But yeah.
Wait, you said what.com?
SLS.com, swingerlifestyle.com. Moving right along. But I fuck with it, but I have to trust you to do shit to me because I got so like women are more trustworthy of that type of thing being done, especially if they're into that shit already. Because y'all already are the pain freaks, right? You know what I'm talking about? So like, I mean, let's just be real. Like harder. If you ever say harder while having sex, you like pain. You know what I'm talking about? So like, I mean, it starts very simplistic and middle. You know what I mean? That's the very, very tip of it.
But harder doesn't mean that it's hurting. Harder can just mean that it's creating a different sensation for you, not necessarily pain. It can just be like going harder can mean that you hit in a spot that feels.
Understood, but the word harder, you know what I mean? Like it interprets to, you know what I mean? That's what I mean. And I'm just saying, that's why I said that's the most simplistic tip of the iceberg version. Mm-hmm. Choking. Most women like being choked. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Yeah. Even the ones that I've had I ain't never had nobody choke me before. Do it again. Like, you know what I'm talking about? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
but you know what it is? You know what I think it is, London? I think, yes, part of it is like the pain part, but I think the other part is like enjoying being submissive and having someone handle us.
100%
Yeah,
agree with that as
it
Yes.
may not always necessarily
And
be like that we like pain. It's like, here's a person that I trust that can handle me and like put me in this position of submission, like force me into submission, and like I'm at their mercy. And there's something about that, like as much as it is a turn on for y'all to be like, yo, this woman is doing everything I tell her to do, it's as much of a turn on for us to be like, this man is telling me to do all these things and I kind of like it. Like I
so
like that.
Perfect segue to the actual topic of tonight. But yeah, so like we went from BDSM to what you just talked about, being submissive. So that's where I was gonna kind of go, because I think that's a perfect segue, right? Because I feel like, all right, so the topic is, I don't know if women understand how much control that they gain over men by being fully submissive. And not just sexually, but that's kind of what brought it up into the segue, but sexually definitely is included in it. The white counterparts of you Black ladies have this down to a science. Like they're bred this way. You know what I mean? And I'm personally not a fan of
London go get us canceled.
I hope not, but it's the truth. You talked about it earlier. Honestly, bro, they damn near are bred this way, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to get us canceled. This is what I've seen. This is what I heard. So what I'm talking about, it's in books. Most of them have written the books, but like, you know what I'm saying? So like, I've read about this. I'm gonna start bringing my book titles, because I don't be remembering the titles and shit. I just remember them words that's in them damn books, boy. But I've definitely read up on some of this shit. But like, being completely submissive has more control for the woman, the person that is being submissive, than they probably even realize or want to know. You know what I mean? Like even care to know or care to understand. And men will tell you this. You know what I mean? Like men will be the ones that be like, bruh, she got me. And then you exit and dude be like, man, what she, you know what I'm saying? What it is, bruh? Like, bruh, like I don't want for shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is going to make that man go harder. He's going to actually care about losing that than he does any other thing in his fucking life, besides a child, perhaps, or a parent, maybe, but like a family member or something. But like, that's when that's the control that I don't think is really being understood. And I'm not saying being walked over. So let's clarify that.
No, I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah, so you know what I'm saying? But a lot of, you know what I'm saying, that's usually you ain't gonna be telling me what to do and all this. Yeah, that's usually the bad stigma that goes around being submissive and all that stuff. No. Fully submissive is allowing a man who's capable, so I'm okay with them, who's capable, who can lead. You know what I mean? And that's the bigger part of it, whether that be sexually as a part of that, as well as financially, spiritually, emotionally, you know what I'm saying, all of that good stuff. So, but when they are fully submissive, it's a different type of control that women have. And the topic is pretty much like, do you agree or disagree? Why or why not? But also, have you ever had that? I'm gonna pose that to y'all. And have you ever been that, Sasha? You know what I mean? Have you ever allowed yourself to be fully submissive to any man that you've ever dealt with, or close to? Let's just not say, well, I wouldn't say fully, you can say close to 80, 90%, whatever the case may be. And yeah, have you ever had that? I'll go last.
I would say I found myself being more submissive to a woman that I was dating, and not to a man that I was with. And that kind of fucked with me, because I was just like, how am I able to be so submissive to this person? I mean, make the plates, do the things, be in the background, allow them to do like all the stuff that I had not find myself in a position with a man. And it's not because I don't really think it had anything to do with, oh, she's a woman, so I see that she's my equal, so I can do this. It was more like she commanded that out of me. Like she set the tone. Like this is how things are done, and she kind of made me respect her, not out of like demand, but just by the way that she showed up, just by the way that she led. Just so it kind of felt natural for me to submit or be as submissive
It is
than I ever
natural.
was.
I just want to emphasize that.
Yeah, it felt natural.
No, I'm just saying, like, I like to
London,
emphasize that part. It's so, but yeah, go ahead.
But it felt natural with her because of how she led. And I think that has a lot to do with it. Like men who are like, yeah, I need my woman to submit and do this, and the third. It's like, all right, that's cool, but like, what type of leader are you? And how are you setting the tone to make this woman want to submit to you? And I think ultimately that's what it is. I think too many men out here are like, yeah, I need a submissive woman, but don't know how to be a fucking leader. Like, you can't ask for a submissive if you are not capable of being a leader. Like, the two just don't go hand in hand. Yeah. And I think the more men understand that, the less of these conversations will happen, because just because you are male and you have a penis does not mean that you are the dominant, and it does not mean that you are the leader, period. The two are not, it just doesn't make sense.
Right. I fully agree with that, but I also think that women so I think both parties have a boundary up, or a wall up for doing and receiving this type of behavior that we're talking about. But I 100% agree that men need to lead and set the example, set the tone from Jump Street, for the women that they're serious about. Because I think what really is going on is the women that you just trying to fuck, you don't give a fuck about none of this shit. You know what I'm talking about? So like, so women, I think, need to allow themselves to control who it is that they let into their lives, especially their vaginas, and then they have a better case for finding that person that will lead them correctly, if that's truly what they're looking for, or willing to do. You know what I mean? So that's another little tangent, but like, yeah. So I think choosing better, both sides of it, because I just put up a post the other day that said, like, fellas, stop making babies with women that you was just trying to link and bank with. You know what I'm saying? Like, that don't make no sense to me. You know what I'm saying? But niggas doing it every day. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Or be mad when the woman doesn't rise to the occasion, when she didn't even present to be that type of woman that could do those things. Like, you knew you was dealing with when you met her. So like, don't be mad when and I think this is a male and female thing. Like, you knew who the hell you lay down with. Don't be mad when they don't show up in the way that you are expecting them to, because that just wasn't who they were in the first place.
Y'all never even established their rapport. You know what I'm saying? Nothing established. It was just like, I like you, like me. They ain't said nothing. Like, the communication is more so based around physical, spending money and physical attraction. Spend some money on me, physical attraction for the man. Let's link, let's bink. That's why I call it Link and Bink. You know what I mean?
Link and Bink. Title of the episode.
Yeah. So have you ever had that fully submissive woman?
1000%. Yes, definitely. My ex, for numerous of years, she was and stuff. She was an amazing person. 100% made.
It's the one you fucked up with, ain't?
Yeah, I fucked it up. Yeah, 100%.
I know. Look, I can relate. That's why I do that.
Yeah. Actually, I had a couple. I done had a few, bro. I done had a few. Yeah, when I really think of it, yeah. Like, it's one that I always refer to on this podcast is that. So from the male perspective, my bad to interject. How much control did they have that they didn't know? Put that in perspective. A lot of control. As far as, like, I would do almost anything for them at that point, because all right, let me explain why. Yeah, go ahead, bro. Because they made life easier in a standpoint, right? Like, outside of just like the sex shit, right? As far as like from a personal standpoint, make sure I was healthy, mentally stimulating conversations and stuff. So they, like, everything was just easier with them, or I felt so comfortable. Like, I don't want to lose that now. And that's kind of, we refer to this a lot, but now we're really getting the details that, like, yeah, I might fuck off over here, but I'm not gonna lose this because they do everything else. And that's the control that they have. Only thing they couldn't control was my dick, and that's because a nigga. There's just a nigga. You're still a nigga. Yeah, you couldn't control the dick, but you had everything else, finances, whatever you wanted. It wasn't a problem for me to go do something for you or whatever like that, because I didn't feel like it was a give take because they were submissive. You understand what I'm trying to say? Like, because they were submissive, it didn't feel like a give take if I did something for them. It was appreciated from that standpoint. So now
it's damn near reward. It was damn near reward.
Like, yeah, now I want to do more. I want to do more for you at that point. I want to keep doing it because I want to keep you happy at that standpoint, because you make my life so easier that I don't have to really try to. There's no real arguments that come about over little petty shit. Of course, they'll bring up shit that'll piss them off, of course, but like little petty shit. It won't be nothing small. Like, oh, you just left your shirt right here, type shit. But then, they get that, they putting that shit up. They do, you know what I'm saying? Like that shit. Yeah, little petty shit. I mean, they'll let you know, hey, nigga, you keep doing this shit. You might want to stop. But at the same time, it didn't feel like it was forced, and that's really what a lot of men look for when they say submissive. They look for a submissive. They don't want to feel it forced. Well, let me rephrase. Not a lot of men. Let me say men that kind of know what they're looking for. They ain't really looking for somebody to do something, jump up and bark like a dog. If I say bark like a dog, not really. Not no real men. There you go. Cooperation. That's the word. There you go.
Cooperation, bro. So cooperative units. Like,
there you go.
I mean, can we coexist without the beef? Like, without the bullshit, without the you know what I'm saying? That's really all it comes down to, bro. And it's natural, like, and that's why I wanted to put the emphasis on what Sasha said. It felt natural because it is. Like, women, and I'm not trying to speak for y'all in any way, but that's why I keep emphasizing, because Sasha said it first. I wasn't gonna go there, but it felt natural. Yes, because I have had numerous fully submissive women. I fully fucked it up, every one that I had, for sure. You know what I'm saying? So like. And don't get me wrong, some of them were way too fucking nice and kind and submissive. Like that's one of my problems.
That you knew you wasn't ready for that, and that was one of my situations.
And my
that was
other
definitely
thing
one.
is, I knew I could get away with a lot of shit. That was my other problem.
Okay,
that was
that one
so
too.
Like that, so
it's those two things. Like when it comes to it, like, oh, how can a man let go of a good woman? It could have been one that I wasn't ready for that. You know what I'm saying? Like one of mine. She wanted it like. I knew what she was looking for. Bam, we're gonna move together, blah, 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 get married, all that type of shit. And I'm like, I ain't there.
And this is how we end up with a bunch of scorned ass women out here that's like, fuck niggas, is because a lot of us go into these things really good, submissive, ready to do the things, and then the wrong person gets a hold of us.
This is true.
And the wrong person gets a hold of us. Like, I'm gonna use me as a really good example. God bless who ends up with me next. Because, honey child, the things that I used to do in my last relationship, I don't even know if I'm going to show up the same way. So, like, I don't know. And I know the type of giver and provider that I am.
Don't be like that.
But it's a protection. It's a protection mechanism, right?
Don't give yourself to him if that's what you feel on. And I'm being real, because
that's why I'm not dating seriously right now. That's also why I'm not dating seriously right now.
That's all I mean.
Right?
So if you are gonna get serious, get back, go. Because I from the other side of it, I'm with you. But like,
I'm very aware that like I may not show up in the same type of way because I know what I have the capacity to do. But like to the point of, and I see this happen on the female end, like the men that are out there now at our age, y'all. People have either met their person who they thought was gonna be their forever person, or they have not met anyone at all. And the people who have met their forever people, who thought they met their forever person that's now back into the pool, it's real hard dating those people because they holding on to a lot of stuff from the past relationship.
Healed. They didn't do therapy and they didn't actually heal. I'm telling you, I'm an advocate of this therapy now. I'm telling you, it's a huge part,
honey.
It's real shit. Yeah.
Look, I'm seeing it to this day. I'm like, yo, that past relationship still got you in a whole chokehold. Like,
and you don't even know.
I'm like, oh.
And you don't even know. And I'm talking about from personal experience and from different experiences out in the dating pool. Like, you don't even know. Like, motherfuckers think they standards and preferences are based around them. No, it's based around your ex. You know what I'm saying? That's another topic. Bookmark that one. That's a good one.
You can't do these things anymore because shit, I used to do this for my ex all the time. I don't know what it feels like to do this for somebody else.
Or triggers from every time I did that, this happened. Or I can't do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can't do that no more.
Yeah, I can't do that no more. Like, you know,
even though me not doing it is detrimental to this relationship.
To this relationship, bruh. Exactly,
But
bro.
I'm applying my past trauma to this one, which is not fair to anybody
Not
in
fair
that
to
relationship.
you're not
But
ready to date if you're doing that. Go ahead.
But to what Sasha said, it's a protection type thing now, and that comes from not knowing the next person. Like also what London is saying about the therapy, but also not knowing the next person. Like it takes you actually really getting to know the next person, especially after you've probably been in a traumatic relationship and you're like, I don't really want to open. All right, cool. But if there's somebody you want to deal with, like really get to know them then now, like, because that's probably the mistake that you didn't have beforehand, so you can open up again.
And that is what I think has been very different for me, at least now dating. It's like actually getting to know someone before, like, yo, I think we should, like, this should be a thing. Like, actually being someone's friends first. Like, yeah, y'all could fuck around, but like, before you start running into titles and trying to introduce them to your mama and your best friend and your this and your that, it's like, get to know who this person is at the core. So and it doesn't happen overnight. Like, these things take time.
I firmly believe, you know how people be like, how long do it take you to fall in love? How long do it take you to actually know somebody? How long do it take you to know you want to marry somebody and all that shit? It doesn't, it's not, I hate them with a passion. It doesn't take,
me too.
But what I do like to tell people, ain't none of that shit happening in 3 months. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Cause you ain't been through enough. I don't give a fuck if you was with them for all 90 days. You ain't been through enough. You feel me? So like,
I need to see how you deal with trauma. I need to see how you deal with grief. I need to see how you deal with anger. I need to see you angry before I'm like, you know what? I think I want to be your girl. Like, no. How you do it? I want to see how you deal with loss. I want to see how you deal with all of that shit before I'm like, you know what?
Yes.
I think this
see how you is when you down, like if everything is against you. How do you take that when life is against you? How do you react?
But not only that, and how does the person manage you when you're like, this is a two-way street. Like, how does that person manage you when you are in all of those spaces? Damn, you know, I was taking us on lavish, you know, dates when we first started dating, but things is a little hard right now, and like we could just do Netflix and chill back at my house. Like, are you still rocking with me? You know the type of ambition I had, but like now things are a little bit different. Like, are you still? So I think that goes for both parties. Like, it's a mutual thing to figure out, is this a person that I could actually see myself being with besides just fucking around?
Facts. I agree with all that shit. You got to get to know somebody. That's why I always look at those. This is gonna sound bad. That's why I always look at those. Yes. Thank you. I look at those like
y'all be looking at that shit.
No. I don't look at the show. I'm just saying in general, like what happens in real life. Like people get engaged after a year. I'm like,
So a year, I think it could happen. I still think it may be kind of, you know what I'm saying, but it could happen because when two people are aligned on the same purpose, as far as like dating to marry or whatever the case may be, and they both came in fully transparent, fully healed, fully ready. I seen some of those work. I'm blissful, everything. So it can.
Maybe I haven't seen it then.
I have. And I seen it. And so what I like to tell people all the time is transparency and open, effective communication. We talk about it on the show all the time, right? That's what it is. Like what the representative. We talk about this shit all the time, right? Motherfuckers come in with their representative and they never able to get away from their representative because they didn't fail. Motherfucker didn't fail for the representative. Now they thinking like, if I tell them the real me, goddamn, that motherfucker finna run. You see what I'm saying? So like, I think that be them big thing. And then not to mention the traumas and the baggage that we all come with.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like that we all come with. So me, I'm asking about that type of shit. What you think your triggers are? Matter of fact, what you know your triggers are. You know what I mean? Like how you act when you on your period. Like how we just talked about earlier. Like what? Like little shit. I'm asking the uncomfortable questions. Like you're not finna surprise me. And if you can't talk about them, and we just met each other, I'm a stranger for the most part. We just met each other we just getting to know you. You can't talk about like that. And don't get me wrong, I'm okay with you answering that. That's a little personal. That's too much. That's cool. You ain't ready for me then. Because you can ask all those hard because you're not ready to have a real open. You shouldn't. Those shouldn't be. I'm not digging into your your family secrets. I'm digging into you because I want to know you. You know what I mean? Like, so if it's just personal, I think you should be able to give me. Now, don't get me wrong. You got the right to answer whichever way you want to answer. I don't got to know a single thing about you. But if that's the case, I'm moving right along. You know what I mean?
I literally was just having that conversation with my therapist this morning because I had me a nice little therapy session this morning.
I had one too.
look at this. So I was talking to my therapist about how good it feels these days to be living in my unadulterated, unapologetic truth that I've been living in. Like it's crazy. I remember back in the days where I would be afraid to be truthful about stuff because of the consequences that it might yield. But my mindset about truth telling these days is so different. So like the way I look at truth telling is if my truth takes a person or a place out of my space, then that means that was not for me in the first place. It is not in alignment with who I am in this present moment. So instead of being like, well, damn, because I told the truth, like this shit didn't work out, yada, 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 my attitude about it should be like, you know, it sucked that this didn't work out, but the truth of the matter, sorry, I don't know if y'all lost me, but the truth of the matter is, it probably wasn't for me. Yeah, it probably wasn't for me in the first place if my truth ran it away. And I feel really good about that these days because it's just like, yo, if I tell you my unadulterated truth and you still here, what freedom is that? That's like,
it makes the best thing.
No representative. You still messing with me. This is amazing.
I like women that like women. Boom, get them out of here. Whoever, look, if she's still around after that, I'd be like, yeah, I can go. Because I do it. Remember? Like, that's that one.
The weeding out process, like you said.
That's that one that it's the weeding out process. It fucks them up. And I always like to solidify preferences versus standards. Because people come with their preferences as standards. That's a bad way to lead. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion. And like, so like to Sasha's point, it's like if it's my truth, if it's the truth, my truth, how I'm living, what I'm doing. I'm not saying I can't be swayed or changed or like anything like or you know what I'm saying, evolve, put it that way. But it's how I feel right now, it's the way I think right now, whatever the case may be. And I like to differentiate between preferences and standards.
Right.
Preferences is a nice to have. I'm an ass man. It's a nice to have. Standard. I date skinny chicks, I date, you know what I'm talking about, I date big titties, I date look no ass, you know what I'm talking about, like, so, you know what I mean, so like, it's a preference versus a standard. You need to be attractive, standard. You need to, you know what I'm talking about, preference, I would like for you to have a nice ass, you know what I'm talking about, so like, just differentiating between the two, because people be thinking like, well, I ain't your type. Well, I don't got a type, I might have a preference, but that don't mean you ain't my, you know what I'm talking about, we can't, you know what I'm talking about, figure this out, because that's not gonna kill it for me, but go ahead.
I got a question. So I know you mentioned this a few times on it that you like women that like women, which cool, I respect that. So is it because okay, I'm trying to figure out how to phrase this question. All right, let's take me for example, right? I like women. I've never been involved in a threesome before. They don't really interest me. It's not really my thing. So is your preference of I like women that like women because these are the type of activities I like to engage in, or I like women who like women because I might want to watch, because like for me, the way I look like my sexuality. So go ahead. Tell me why.
So women always go to sexual. And I tried to explain that to one of our guests on the show before. It's not even sexually. That's not even the core of why I tell people.
Okay, then tell me why, so I can have understanding.
Exactly. And most women go that way, which is cool. It's a good weed out. The real reason is because women who like women have a better mindset of a man, of how we act on a regular basis and in our normal activity. Like better understanding. I'm not saying they are one, but in better every day we're looking at women. If you look at women the same way that we look at, maybe not the same exact way, but in a way that we look at them,
you understand.
And you understand. If you talk about women in a way that we talk about women, you understand. If you pursued or like being pursued by women like we do, you know what I'm talking about? You understand. So now I can fully be myself because you can at least understand that mindset that I have, or the jargon, or the dynamics that I might go through when I'm out and about with the boys, whatever the case may be. You fit into my life seamlessly better than a woman that is strictly dickly and completely against women. I'm not saying I can't match with her either, but I'm just saying though, like I prefer women that like, because
Oh shit, his phone just
just
died.
died.
Why the hell did he just charge it?
I know.
Damn it.
Yeah, he was getting into his bag right
Get
there.
into it. Okay, but
God.
I think I understand because that gives obviously perspective is a hell of a fucking thing.
It
So
is.
like I get that. Like I'm the type of woman that if I'm out with my significant other and I see a chick with a fat ass, I be like, lady,
And
God
that's
damn.
what he was about to
Look.
get to. That is exactly what he's about to get to. Because now he can be apologetically himself instead of trying to like side eye chick with a nice ass or somebody beautiful.
Nah.
He can literally be like, "Hey, baby, you see damn shit look good, right?
That thing is banging."
There you go. There you go. That's exactly what he was gonna get to in his conversation in his soliloquy.
Soliloquies.
His soliloquy and shit like that. So I understand from that standpoint. But
okay. But
yeah.
now I guess my next question for him would be like, so if he came across like a woman like me who's like, yeah, I like women, but like I'm not interested in having my woman and my man in the same space at the same time. Mm-hmm. Like if that would be like a deal breaker for him, because if that's something that's like equally important to him, being with the person who likes women also.
Right. Right.
Now, I'm not saying will never happen for me. I don't know. I don't think I've met like
you should definitely have at least one.
I think it has to be.
You gotta have one. Like one.
Maybe like, you know what it is? Energy is big for me. Energy. So maybe I just haven't been in the right space with two other people. That energy.
Just get drunk one good time with somebody that you
get drunk one good time.
Yeah, like you comfortable with. Like,
but no, I don't even like drunk sex.
No. This is about the experience now. It's not about it's about you having a threesome. No, we ain't fuck all this other shit now. I'm just
trying to set me up.
Yeah, strictly just talking about you trying to get in a threesome. At least one. Just one. You know what I'm saying?
Look, if it ever happens, I promise you'll be the first person I call. Like,
what I'm talking about.
Boo boo. It finally happened.
It finally happened.
Look, let me tell you something. If I ever end up in a threesome, that shit need to be as good or better than if I was just with one person. Because otherwise, it's kind of like, what's the point? Just to say that I was involved in one? No,
okay. All right.
It
I get
needs
that.
to be amazing.
I get that. But you can't say you never done shit in your life just to say like, I done it, got off the list, let's keep it moving. That's all I'm saying. There's shit that you done before.
I guess it doesn't mean that much to me to be like, I need to check this off my bucket list. Like,
So I like I said, I remember my first one. I think I told the story before. I remember my first one or whatever. It was a chick I've been dealing with for a while and shit. And she was like, hit me up real late, and my boy, one of my boys was staying at the crib and shit. And the way that my crib was set up, it's like you go through the door, there goes my bedroom immediately, and then you get into the living room area. So he stayed in the living room for the night.
Is this the homeboy that fell asleep and
there you go.
Yeah.
Yes, that story. Uh-huh. That story, how that popped off and everything. Like that, he woke up mad, like, whoa, you had a whole threesome and I was sleeping in the goddamn living room.
Yes.
I was like,
yes, I did.
Yeah. Now I enjoyed it. It was very unexpected. Didn't know that was gonna happen. All I knew was that she was coming over and she had a friend with her, and she was like, her friend want to watch. I was like, I don't have performance anxiety. I done fucked in clubs before. So
let me tell you, London gonna be mad he missed this part of the conversation, because the only threesome I could see myself involved in, and I told myself that maybe for my 40th birthday I would do some shit like this. So all right, here's the scene.
All right, scene.
So for my birthday, right?
All right.
I'm thinking I want to get like dressed to the nines, and I want to rent out like some crazy Lincoln Town car or some Escalade or some shit, right?
Some big.
All right. And it's gonna be two really handsome looking men.
Okay. All right.
And they both fucks with each other. Like they cool, right?
Okay.
And they come to pick me up from my place. I come down. They come to pick me up. I'm in my penthouse suite, because I'm probably gonna rent out a penthouse suite if I'm not owning my own by the time.
Okay.
But come down, and they're gonna come out the car, and they're gonna escort me into the car, and they are going to wine and dine me. They're gonna take me out. Right. They're gonna take me to dinner. We're gonna laugh. We're gonna joke. We're gonna go dancing. We're gonna do all of the things, right? Then we all gonna go back to my penthouse suite, and they're going to like do all the things to me. Ooh. All of the things to me.
What thing?
Both of them. All of the things. I'm not about to get explicit. Yeah, this is the After Dark edition.
We got to say that for one of those toxic teas.
Right? So they're gonna do all the things to me, right? And then I'm going to wake up in the morning to the smell of breakfast cooking because they both gonna be in the kitchen cooking for my ass.
Both of them
right?
be
Both of them are gonna be
on some
cooking
baby
me.
boy shit, like
Yeah.
both of them niggas like naked or some shit.
No, they're not gonna be naked, but they
No.
like I'm waking up and like breakfast is being cooked for me. And then they're gonna like have all the stuff. Like they're gonna cook all the things, they're gonna treat me, all of that, right? And then I'm gonna be dessert on the kitchen table afterwards. And then I send them home.
Sound like you could be hiring some niggas. I don't know two niggas that just gonna know each other, gonna do all that shit. like if they know each
it'll be
other,
for my
they were like,
birthday.
nigga, I'm not doing all
working.
that, nigga. Like they wouldn't even do that for the slide. They were like, nigga, I'm not doing all that now. Come on, get the fuck up out of here. So it sounds like you could be hiring some niggas to do that.
Look.
I love the fantasy. I love hearing how it all is gonna go down. But as far as the two niggas knowing each other, I don't think that's gonna happen.
But it's like because the energy is gonna have to be so cool. Like they're gonna be like, yo, we fucks with Sasha the long way.
Oh yeah, they might fucks with
the
you.
long way.
Yeah, you hire two separate niggas that fucks with you on that, and then you probably introduce them in a way and be like, "Hey, this is you, this is what y'all gonna do to me."
Look, a girl could dream.
You can.
A girl could dream.
You can.
A girl can dream. All right, look. At this point, London done the
I thought he was gonna make his way back. Yeah.
We thought we was gonna make it back.
We gonna go ahead and get ready to sign this off since he ain't make it. Link and Bink is the name of today's episode. I like that one. Link and Bink. All righty then.
Yeah.
Hey, I love how we started this. Man, our podcast be great when we don't even go by our fucking topics that we have.
No, we just be talking. It's so organic.
Oh, it's amazing.
See, it's Whole Foods in this bitch.
I got my juices and berries in and stuff like that. Curls rocking right
the
now.
Juices
just wash my head and shit and everything right now. So my shit shaking.
Stand your ass.
Like I got some Jerry curls and shit. Look like my dad back in the 70s and 80s and shit going on right now.
Jesus,
you know what I'm saying?
Lord.
Oh man. Anyway, man. Look, man. Appreciate y'all fucking with us every week. I know we gave y'all a special Monday episode and said we couldn't make it on yesterday on Sunday. Everybody had their own shit going. So we didn't want to leave y'all a week though without an episode. So look, tune in again. Once again, hopefully we here every Sunday. You know, that is the aim, to get an episode out to you guys and stuff like that. Like, subscribe, share, comment. You know, the same thing we say every week. Appreciate y'all fucking with us. Tell a friend, just tell a friend and stuff. Continue to if y'all have any topics y'all want us to discuss, just send them on into it. If you want to come to the podcast, hey, we are open for you to be here and stuff like that. Let me see. The touch Sasha church announcements before we get ready to go.
No church announcements. I am, always fun time to hang out with y'all, and we will. So wait, are we gonna do an episode on Sunday since we did this on Monday?
Yeah, we're gonna do it. Yeah. This is just the makeup from yesterday.
To see us twice.
Yeah, this is just the makeup from yesterday and stuff. We can get that shit in or whatever like that. Eventually I'm gonna change my background right here. Eventually. I'm gonna figure something out over here one day. Anyway, I don't have no real church announcements for this week or whatever. Let me think. Yeah, no, sorry, Cowboys lost. Oh well. So it's basketball season for me. I don't give a fuck about football no more. That's how I feel. So anyway, man, yeah. Some of the stories you hear may be true, some of them may not be true, but that is for you to decide. We are out of here. See y'all on Sunday.
Bye.
Peace. Ow.